Hey folks, I got a 2012 Toyota Venza for you folks that are about to change the upper and lower radiator hose and change the heater hoses that are mounted to the back by the firewall. I'm going to show you a quick little video of how to get to those hoses. Okay, let's start with the bottom hose. The bottom hose, you have to remove this little panel that's on the passenger side of the car. There's about 4 to 6 screws and maybe 2 or 3 clips that will hold this panel on. And once you take that panel on, the lower radiator hose is right there. All right, see it? Very easy to get to, and it's secured a little bit towards the radiator with a little hook. It's not clipped on, so we just pull the hose out. So that's the easy peasy one. Then the one on top here, you just take that clamp off, and there's the hose. The hose will drop out from the bottom. Okay, you can't get it from the top. You could if you wanted to. Now, to get to the upper hose, all right, remember this is a 12-year-old car now. These panels, there's about maybe 10 to 15 clips. This panel comes up and out of the way. Once that is out of the way, you're going to take, I'm going to take this engine cover off. Take this engine cover off, get it out of the way. Because you're going to need that to get to the heater hoses anyway. All right, over here, there's 2 10mm bolts. Remember, the car is old enough, so things are going to break. So you have to understand that. So this bolt came out nice. This one snapped inside. So you're going to have to work on that. There's 2 hoses that clip on top of here. Okay, and there's a connector over here. When I came to this car, the connector was already broken. Look at this wire. So that means this solenoid that works, this vacuum pod, apparently was not working. No check engine light. But I'm going to explain to you what that vacuum pod is for. Right here, you can see it sucks up air to the air cleaner from here. Otherwise, it sucks up air from a different spot. But anyway, take that off. Disconnect the plug. It's already broken already. All right, and I'm going to disconnect the hose here and the hose here. Okay, put this out of the way. I'm going to disconnect this one over here. Put this out of the way, and then this hose, this whole little Y triangle is going to snap right out. Okay, put that out, and now you're going to get to the air cleaner part of it. All right, so the air cleaner part of it is you got this other vacuum hose here. Okay, pull that out, put it off to the side. You got a big hose over here. Pull that right out. You can see the hose is getting old. You can see it's frayed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this to its fresh spot and then plug it in. That's later on. There's a plug over here for a sensor. Just push this tab over here. Pull that out of the way. It also clips over here with a little Christmas tree. All right. Then you got 3 clips. 1, 2, and 3. Then you got this intake hose that goes to the throttle body. 10mm. You spin that out. Give a little wiggle, and this whole assembly is going to pop out in your hand. There's another hose over here that attaches to this clip. Other than that, this whole assembly will pop out of your hand. Okay, there you go. Now, get to the air filter part. Air filter will come right out. No sweat there. And then there's 3 bolts, 10mm bolts that sit right in there. So I'm going to take this little air filter out for you. I'm going to show you where the 3 bolts are. Yeah, pretty dirty, right? 3 bolts right in there. Okay, like I said, there's another little clip here to hold this hose over here, right here. Take that out of the way, and this will just pop right out of this pipe here, because this is where another set of air comes shooting in from. When I told you about this vacuum pod probably not working because it's broken, look at that. It's a little doorway in there. Okay, and you can clearly tell that that doorway has not been opened for a while. Okay, so it's only sucking air from one spot. So we'll take care of that. Fix the wire. I'll drill out that bolt. All right, so here's your upper radiator hose. You can change the upper radiator hose without taking the air box. The air box is taken out because we have to do the heater hoses. All right, so clamp up here, clamp down there, the thing comes out. Now when you come to the heater hoses, all right, these are from Napa. They got the original shape and everything, which is great. And they are connected to the engine. Right there's a little plastic connector that holds them both together. And then they are up on top. Let's see, turn on this flashlight for you. Okay, they're up on top right there. They got the little pinch clamps on there. They're actually facing this way on the left side. So a little pain in the butt to get to, but when I put them back on, I put them on the right side because it's a lot easier to get to. You know, I guess when they assembled it, there was no engine in it at that time, so it was easy to get to. So, yep, those are your hoses right there. Those are your clamps. The best way to get those hoses out after you remove those pinch clamps, I just like to just slice the hose. All right, put a little slice in the hose, like that, open it up. Got a pair of pliers over here, and I just twisted it, and they came right out. All right, so that's it. I replaced the hoses. They're on there. Clamps. I can't get the worm clamps in there because you can't really get a screwdriver in there, or a socket is a little rough. So I used those pinch clamps, those tension clamps. Put them back on. All right, put new worm clamps over here, and now that's it. Now we're just going to reassemble it all back together and fix the wire for this connector here. Drill out this bolt. Some people just put this one back on. I don't think it'll make a difference, but since there's a little bit out, I might attempt to do it. You know, a couple of years ago, this bolt broke for the battery change. So yeah, it's rotted in there too. All right, and don't forget, change your air filter. Okay, and that's it. I think we're done. All right, new antifreeze with the new hoses. Use the right ones, and you will be just fine. All right, so we're just gonna assemble everything back together, and we'll take it from there. All right. All right, so put the bottom air cleaner on, tighten it with the 3 bolts. Got a brand new air filter in there from AutoZone, STP SA10169. All right, put that in there. We're gonna put back the connector with the Christmas tree. Connector goes here. Put the throttle body rubber hose back on. Tighten that up with a 10mm. This big hose over here had a little crack in it on the edges, if you remember at the beginning. See, there it is right there. So what I did was I cut the tip off, do a nice fresh start of the hose, put that on there, put the factory clamp on there. This one over here, this goes in nicely. Okay, you can tell because it ain't coming out once you put it back in. Let's put this piece here, this clips in here. Just putting everything back where it was. Now it comes to rubber hoses, people. Okay, if they've been sitting there for a long time, sometimes they don't click in really good. Not click in, but they go in too soft. And if they're too soft and you have plenty of hoses left, like this one here, just cut the little tip off, and you're gonna make that hole a little bit smaller. Okay, see, like this one here. Watch, I'm gonna put this one in here. See, you got a little effort to put it in, so that means it's gonna be a lot of effort to come out. See it? Get it? So that's a good seal. This one here is going to be another one. Stick it in there. That one just pull a little bit more, but this one's pretty good. But I'm gonna leave this one alone. But this one, check this one out. Put this one in here. Comes right out. Okay, so that's not going to be a good seal. These are the problems that people have when they have like a evap leak. Okay, check engine light with an evap leak, sucking in air. Okay, some of these hoses are just, after a while, they just get stuck in the wide open position and they are no longer sticking. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to clip this piece off, because just by looking at it, you can tell this hose is now bigger than what the hose actually is. So we're just going to cut this piece off. We got plenty of room to move. We want to get it that way. So let's cut this piece off. So cut the piece off. See, that's the big part. Look how small the hose actually is. Amazing, right? That's why it slides on so easily. So here, it's a new one. Nice fresh cut. And you notice that you're going to have to force it on. And that's what you want. Okay? That is what you want with a hose. That's what happens when you have a bad hose. Alright. That's that. We're going to continue. I'm going to put this piece on. You know why I'm not going to put this piece on? Because I want to drill that bolt. So I'm going to put this piece on after I get that bolt out. And then I'm going to repair this wire here. I took the connector out already. So I have to finagle the terminal out. Repair that wire. Other than that, we are good to go here. We just got to put antifreeze in. Alright. So that's it. If you didn't have all these other problems over here, you put your engine cover back on. You put your antifreeze in there. And you run it. And you let all the air come out. Make sure you burp it. Okay? That's it. Like I said, if you didn't have these other problems, you'll be good to go. All done. Alright. Thanks for watching. And you gotta put that cover back on. Ciao.